Hello and welcome to the Good 5 Cent Cigar Newscast. I'm Lauren Drapeau. Thank you so much for joining us. This week, we'll speak with URI President Mark Parlange about the higher education bond hitting ballots in November, explore students' opinions on URI being ranked a top university, follow Aidan Cahill as he returns with another installment of Aidan on Location, and of course, Ryan Pelillo will have all things Rhody athletics covered in this week's Rhody Sports Corner. If you've seen the signs on campus urging people to vote yes on 2, it's because this bond will give URI the funds to build a new biomedical science building. Morganne Judd spoke with President Parlange to learn more about the campaign.
What is Yes on 2, and how does it benefit students? Andrew Barbero, Government Affairs Representative for URI, explains the bond.
Yes on 2 is a ballot initiative question. It was passed by the General Assembly. It'll appear on this year's November ballot. It would give $160.5 million to upgrade higher education facilities in the state. $87.5 million would go to the University of Rhode Island for the creation of a biomedical science building.
We sat down with President Parlange and discussed the importance of the bond for URI students.
We have about 6,500 students already studying some aspect of the life sciences at the University of Rhode Island. We are severely constrained on wet lab space, and it is so important because our graduates are really a key part of the whole life sciences ecosystem in Rhode Island. This is a big deal because it would create wet lab space where our researchers and our teachers and our students will be able to really work on cutting edge research in the wet life sciences. So we have an incredible institute called the Ryan Institute, and we have a lot of faculty that are working on different kinds of neuroscience issues. Our faculty and our students are competing really at the international level in these areas, and so this will really create the infrastructure and the ability for our students to really thrive here. This is about changing student lives and changing research and pathways and understanding some of the real big, tough health challenges of our time.
This is Morganne Judd with the Good 5 Cent Cigar.
Next up, Morganne also spoke with students on campus about their opinions on a recent Wall Street Journal article that ranked URI as the #1 public university in New England. Here's what they had to say.
The Wall Street Journal named the University of Rhode Island the #1 public university in New England. Let's talk to students and see what their thoughts are on this awarded title.
I think URI being the #1 university in New England just reflects how good URI is and how amazing it is to go here. The community is amazing, students are amazing, and the faculty and staff here actually truly do care about the students, and I felt that all 4 years here being on campus.
I think it's really great because URI, I feel like, has been this hidden gem for so many years, and I didn't really know a lot about it when I was applying to the university, but I think it's really great for people to kind of get more info on the university and kind of see all it has to offer, and that it really shouldn't be the #1 public university in Hood.
Well, for me personally, it really points to the fact of why I chose this campus, and now to have the odd opinion and that ranking come from such an esteemed institution, it just goes to show about why I chose this campus and why over 15,000 other students chose this campus.
It's definitely a really exciting thing to see, especially as a student ambassador, to know that we're making an impact on that, as well as being able to bring that energy and all the positive experiences the students have here to make it the #1 university in New England.
It doesn't surprise me that URI is the #1 university in New England because the reason why I came here was because of the nursing program. It was also ranked top 8%, and the nursing program here has definitely prepared me for my future career.
I think that URI definitely is the #1 public university in New England. As a transfer student, I attended UConn, so I definitely have had an experience at 2 different state schools, and I'm really happy I landed at URI. This place truly has become my second home. All my professors truly care for me, and I've always felt supported by our extra staff, including our admissions counselor, Rachel and the Welcome Center. Our transfer admissions counselor, Victor Silva, has always been there for me, no matter what I need, and really helped me through my application process.
I'm Morganne Judd with the Good 5 Cent Cigar.
Thanks, Morganne. As we adjust to my new surroundings, I'll send you over to Aidan Cahill as he traces the footsteps of Roger Williams all the way from Raynham, Massachusetts down to Providence, Rhode Island. Here's Aidan with more details.
Picture this. It's 1635, the dead of winter. You've been banished from every town from here to New York. That's what Roger Williams was faced with when he arrived here at what is present-day Massasoit State Park in Raynham, Massachusetts.
Welcome to Aidan on Location, where we're checking out Massasoit State Park and following along with Roger Williams' travels after his banishment from the Massachusetts colony. Following his banishment from the Massachusetts Bay Colony, Williams traveled south along indigenous trade routes and found himself deep in the woods of southern New England.
Before Williams made it here, though, these lands were already in use. As the name suggests, Massasoit State Park was already the traditional wintering grounds for the Wampanoags under Massasoit at the time. Roger Williams didn't stay in Raynham forever. Following the winter of 1635, he traveled first to Rumford in East Providence and then to here at the site of what was once Whatcheer Rock in Providence and Fox Point.
Nowadays, Whatcheer Rock no longer exists, as people kept chipping pieces for themselves. The monument here now was built in the early 1900s, and the spot is now a few hundred feet from the coast.
Though not much visibly remains from Roger Williams' foundational travels, what does remain set the groundwork for 400 years of history in the Ocean State. I've been Aidan Cahill, reporting from Raynham, Massachusetts and Providence, Rhode Island. Back to the studio.
Looking ahead, here's what's going on this week at URI. On Friday at 7:30, Wheel of Fortune Live will visit the Ryan Center. Tickets are $21 with a $5 discount for faculty and staff. Flu and COVID clinics will be taking place on Thursday in the Coastal Institute from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and again on Monday in the Union Ballroom from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. On Thursday at 6 p.m., 193 Coffee House will be hosting their bi-weekly band night featuring bands Morning Shower and Cough Drop, which is free and open to all students. Finally, be sure to make your way to the URI Soccer Complex on Thursday night as women's soccer takes on Richmond at 7 p.m. On that note, I'll kick it over to Ryan Pelillo with this week's Rhody Sports Corner.
Thanks, Lauren. Hello and welcome back to the Rhody Sports Corner. I'm Ryan Pelillo. After taking down UAlbany 2-1 last week, the men's soccer team continued their home stretch against St. Bonaventure. Emma Roberts has the story.
Following their game against Albany, the Rams hope to continue their in-conference success against St. Bonaventure's tonight on their home field.
The Rams started strong with good passing from midfielder Keegan Walker right to defenseman Nikos Clark-Tosik for the first shot attempt of the half. The Rams come down the field again, but this time it's senior forward Isaac Oisty with a hard rip that goes just right of the goal. Down the opposite end of the field, Bonnie's Kenzo Brito and Rams' Lucas Lightguard battle for the ball. Lightguard is able to come away with it for a second, but Ivan Montero steals it away to finish the defensive play. Rams earn their first free kick, taking it Keegan Walker, getting them their first goal of the night from junior forward Ingrid Etexgari. Bonnie's returns the favor only minutes later with a nice pass from Callum Shillington to Umechi Akwazoku, who puts it right in the left corner, tying the game at 1. Rams come right back down the field with a cross from Matthias Taylor that deflects off the Bonnie's T-fence right into the net for the Rams' second goal. Lightguard comes down the field again with a beautiful cross that is unfortunately just missed by Osteste. For Bonnie's, Gabriel Addo rips one just right at the net, leaving it 2-1 Rams at the half. Rams start out on the offensive with a solid pass from Brandon Birmingham to Keegan Walker with a beautiful shot unfortunately deflected. But once again, the Rams come down the field with a nice give and go between Birmingham and Etexgari, who was able to put it right in the back of the net for his second goal of the night, putting the Rams up 3-1. Bonnie's answers quickly, good defense from Joseph Mwamba, but unfortunately deflects and goes to Mo Tal, giving St. Bonaventure their second goal of the evening. Bonnie's with a free kick off the goalpost, giving Akazaku a header for his second goal of the game, tying it at 3. Here's what head coach Gareth Elliott had to say about the lapse of defense.
Defensively, we made some poor decisions, poor mistakes. It was too easy to break us down and transitions. It's a Bonaventure big team, as you've seen tonight. They were able to take advantage of it.
But the Rams did not give up in the last 5 minutes, across from Nate Jurkovic to Juan Sanchez for a header to put the Rams up by 1. Here's what Sanchez had to say about the play.
My mind was that again we score and then the other team score. But okay, when I see that my teammate York control the ball, I thought like, okay, it's like 3 minutes for finish the game. I have to go to this cross, and I put the head, and for Vaquero was good.
The Rams were able to pull away with a 4-3 win tonight against St. Bonaventure. From the URI Soccer Complex, I'm Emma Roberts.
Thanks, Emma. Now we're going to take a look at some of the other scores around campus. We start off with the women's soccer team, who came up short against UMass on Sunday, losing 2-1. Volleyball opened up conference play against number 24 Dayton University this weekend. They were swept in both matches, losing 3-0 on Friday and Saturday. Men's soccer took on St. Bonaventure on Saturday, beating them 4-3. The Rams then came home to play Bryant on Tuesday, where both teams drew scoreless. Golf traveled to Hamden, Mass. to compete in the Yukon Invitational on Tuesday, where they placed first out of 13 teams. Lastly, tennis competed at the Minute Women Invitational over the weekend. That's all for this week's edition of the Rhody Sports Corner. To stay updated with all things URI athletics, follow us on X at @cigar_sports. Back to you, Lauren.
Thanks, Brian. That's all we have for you this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to follow us here and on Instagram at Rhody Cigar, and pick up our print newspaper anywhere on campus to stay up to date with all of your Rhody news. Until next week, I'm your host, Lauren Drapeau. This is the Good 5 Cent Cigar Newscast, and as always, have a great week, Rhody.